Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Italian Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. A Ferrari masterclass. No, I'm not joking. It actually was a masterclass. Let's jump into it. Max 5. Yeah, Red Bull, no pace, nothing. Wow. Qualified 7th, finished 6th, miles off. Slow stop 6 seconds and had an engine issue for the majority of the race. It was a poor weekend for Max and Red Bull. Sergio Perez 5, qualified 8th, finished 8th. Red Bull just lacking pace. And that is a big worry going into the next couple of rounds. Lewis Hamilton 5, very strong practice sessions. And then it gets to qualifying, he qualifies 6th. And considering the pace in practice, he was very critical of himself. And then he finished 5th, a very lonely race, and we barely saw him. George Russell, 4. I've got 3 written down here, but we'll go 4 just because of his qualifying. He qualified 3rd, superb given he was behind Lewis in the practice. But then a shocking start by George Russell. He gets too close to Oscar Piastri. He has to go down the escape road. He damages his wing. Just rubbish. Finishes 7th. And if he wants to be the Mercedes number 1 next year, he needs to start cutting out these mistakes. Because, another big mistake by George Russell. Charles Leclerc, 10. Wow. 10, 10, 10. Mamma mia, bella l'Italia. Oh, Charles, he's been on fire lately. Labelled as a quali merchant, but recently he has been on fire. He qualifies 4th, and he's frustrated with 4th because he's got standards. He's got that elite mentality. And he wins with a 1-stop, a masterclass by Ferrari. In the first stint, he was not happy. Why did you box me? And then, obviously, it paid dividend. Yeah, really good Charles Leclerc and Ferrari winning Monza. Carlos Sainz 7, qualified 5th, finished 4th, nothing special, a 1-stop. Yeah, maybe we could go 8, but yeah, nothing set the world on fire. Fuck. I don't even want to do this team. Should we just skip to the next one? McLaren. Lando Norris 6. Back-to-back pole positions is a positive. But once again, lap 1, loses places. And it's inexcusable at the minute. How many places he's lost this season is inexcusable. He goes down to 3rd. I think he's surprised that Oscar Piastri put a move on him. But we are racing at the end of the day. And, then he's in 2nd. He comes into the pits. He hits the bollard. I don't know whether he was angry because of the first lap or what, but a lot of mistakes. Then turn 4, he went off, had to go around the cone. Just a lot of errors. And, Red Bull have had a shit weekend. If Lando Norris converts that pole, race win, fastest lap, that's 18 points he gains on Max. That's the difference between elite and not very elite. And he's only ended up gaining 8 points on Max when it should have been 18. Now, if you want to say that Lando Norris is in the title fight, 18 to 8 is a massive difference. If he wins the race, that's 26 points to Max's 8. Lando only got 16 points in the end, and Max gets 8. So on Red Bull's shittest weekend possible, Lando's not really gained that much. Oscar Piastri 9, qualified 2nd, finished 2nd. He was world class and deserved to win the race, in my opinion. He aced the start, an absolute lovely, brave, bold move on Lando Norris. It was domination by Piastri. He was the faster McLaren driver. Everyone going in on him that he didn't move over. Well, that is another debate, but Yeah, he dominated the race, and then it was pretty obvious on lap 45 that he wasn't going to catch Leclerc. Yeah, it hurts. It really hurts, and it still hurts today that McLaren have bottled yet another win. Fernando Alonso 5, qualified 11th, finished 11th, so close to the points. It's frustrating, the Aston Martin pace, but what can you do? Lance Stroll 1, qualified 17th, yellow flags Kevin Magnussen, and then finished last. I mean, yeah, what more can you say? Gasly 4, qualified 14th, finished 15th. Long race, brake issues for Gasly. Ocon 4, qualified 15th, finished 14th. Reverse strategy compared to his teammate, but Alpine really struggled at Monza. Alex Albon 9. Yeah, he qualified 9th and finished 9th, and that is 2 points for Williams, who really need the points to dissect away from the headlines they've been getting, because they've been getting negative press for sacking Sargent, and that is a good way to get rid of it by scoring 2 points. Yeah, credit where it's due. Alex Albon, best of the rest all weekends. You've got the 4 top teams. Alex is next, so you got to give him his credit. Solid weekend, best of the rest. Colapinto 8, a superb first race for Colapinto. Now, we probably are a bit generous, but we're going to judge him for his first race. I thought he was very solid, no mistakes. He did a really good job, kept it out the wall. He replaced Logan, very solid practice sessions. His first qualifying, he qualified 18th. He did go through the gravel at Lesmo 2. But yeah, solid debut, no errors, and he finished 12th. I think that's superb by Colapinto. Really good. Really good. 1'1" yeah, standard 5 as he retired, but was not his fault. P16 qualifying, not easy to drive, and then he got taken out by Nico Hülkenberg. Yeah, massive floor damage. So yeah, got to be standard 5. People retire, they just get 5. Daniel Ricciardo 5, qualified 12th, best he could do, solid effort. And then in the race, he got squeezed by Hülkenberg, going up into... No, he squeezed Hülkenberg, didn't he? Yeah, squeezed Hülkenberg going up into Ascari. He got a penalty for it, and then came in to serve the penalty, and the mechanic touched the car, so he got another penalty. Yeah, messy. Guan Yu Zhou 4, qualified 20, yellow flag was up, and finished 18th. Bottas qualified 19th, yellow flag, he was up on his time, was hoping to make Q2. P16, best he could do. Bottas has been okay, he's doing... The car's terrible, he's doing the best he can. Nico Hülkenberg 1, yeah, honestly didn't think I'd be giving him 1, but no favouritism. P10, qualifying once again in Q3. Then in the race, he got squeezed by Ricciardo. Yeah. And then, I mean, clumsy by Nico Hülkenberg. He's gone for a move on 1'1". He's hit 1'1". For a guy with that much experience, it is a clumsy move by Hülkenberg. He got a penalty for it, and then lonely race after that. It's a dreadful mistake. Kevin Magnussen, 8. Honestly, Magnussen, superb. Really superb. Scores a point for Haas. He had a off in practice 2 at Lesmo 2. Qualified 13th, no toe. And then he finished 10th. I mean, Magnussen was superb in the race. But I've got to say, that penalty he got was absolutely bullshit. Yeah. I've hammered Kevin Magnussen, and rightfully so. And he probably does deserve the race ban he's got for the Miami incident, the Monaco incident. But that one with Gasly is racing. Gasly carried on, Magnussen carried on. There's no damage to either car. I mean, it's such a bullshit penalty. It really is. Magnussen does not deserve that penalty. They've gone up into turn 4. They've touched wheels. Gasly's carried on. He's kept the place. Magnussen slotted in behind him. He was overtaking everyone, Magnussen. A really strong race. And yes, I will call it out. That is a bullshit penalty he got on Gasly. It's not even needs to go to the stewards. Never mind a penalty, it's crazy. The inconsistency of that is madness. Really is. They gave him the same penalty as Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg took someone out. You know what I mean? That penalty is unjust for Magnussen. I say it how I see it. So there we have it. Driver ratings for the Monza Grand Prix. We got a couple of weeks off, and then we head to Azerbaijan, Baku. Thanks for watching. Adios.